It's draft time. We are gonna see if we can do something kind of ridiculous in Tarkir Dragonstorm Limited. And here we go. Ooh, Mardu Siegebreaker. Okay. That's a pretty sweet build around. One of the sweetest cards from the set. We gotta be able to find something cool to go with it. So what is the best thing to go with a Mardu Siegebreaker? Well, I mean, let's take the Siegebreaker. Let's take the Siegebreaker and go from there. We'll take the Siegebreaker. Siegebreaker, if you don't know this card, when it enters, you exile another target creature you control, and then when it attacks, you get a token copy of that creature that's tapped and attacking. And then, of course, if it dies, you get, call the Spirit Dragon. Oh, the ultimate goal. Okay. I don't even know if it's possible to win a game of Standard with Call the Spirit Dragon. We gotta try it, though. Okay, so Call the Spirit Dragon. 5 color, 5-mana enchantment. Our dragons are indestructible. Beginning your upkeep. For each color, put a +1/+1 counter on a dragon we control. If you put 5 +1/+1 counters on it, you win the game. So essentially, we need 5 dragons of different colors. We gotta go for it. I mean, we can still play the Siegebreaker. Okay, well, if we're taking Call the Spirit Dragon, oh man, and there's a turtle too. That's not a dragon. Ooh, wait, this actually seems pretty good though. When it enters, draw 2, then discard a card. When a dragon enters, you get to bounce it. We do want to be a dragon deck. We need dragons of all colors. Ambling Storm Shell's sweet, but I don't think that's what we're trying to do here. So this is a black dragon. Target creature gets +2/+2 lifelink hexproof as Omen mode. Remove all counters from something. We are going to need fixing if we're going 5 colors too. We got to keep that in mind. I kind of just want to take this Roiling Dragonstorm to help us find our future dragons. Ooh, okay. I see some dragons. This one, unfortunately, does not have a color. This one, Feral Stormshriek, red dragon. We really need like a 3-color dragon at some point. Which one of these two is better? We could take Glacial Dragonhunt for removal, which is fine. Let's just take the Storm. Well, actually, you know, let's take the Dawnbreaker. The 2/2 seems decent. Let's take the Dawnbreaker. Well, there's an Evolving Wilds. Also a blue dragon, but we might need Evolving Wilds more. Yeah, let's take the Evolving Wilds. I'm worried about being able to cast our spells. Do we have a dragon? No. The counter is okay. Counter is battle unless your opponent plays 4 if you reveal a dragon, and we should be able to reveal a dragon. This pack's not great for us. None of this stuff seems great. I guess we can take the Wayfinder. That's like sort of fixing in a weird way. When this creature enters, search your library for basic line card reveal. If you control a dragon, put it. Yeah, I think we gotta take this. This might be some of our best fixing actually, because in theory, we're hoping to have a lot of dragons. So we maybe draft a bunch of these, get down a dragon, use it to get 5 colors. So far, we have a white dragon. And I call the Spirit Dragon. Dragons. When it enters, look at that cards in your library, put one of those cards back on top, the rest in your graveyard. Okay, that doesn't really help us. The removal dude, the bird dude. This was our original pack. Not the best. I mean, we got the Siegebreaker, but I guess we'll take this Heritage Reclamation. I don't know if we're actually going to play it, but do we have dragons? We're probably not going to get any more dragons out of this pack. Crocodile. Okay, this is fixing. We'll take, not the fixing we necessarily want, but it is fixing. Put a card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. None of these cards seem great. I don't think we're playing any of them. Another Jeskai Devotee. Ooh. When it enters, make a mana of each color. Okay, that's not good, but it does let us call the Spirit Dragon. Let's seize the opportunity. All right, Twin Bolt. All right, dragon. Well, okay, that is a dragon. Ooh, Dragonstorm Globe. Dragonstorm Globe seems really good. That's good fixing. We definitely still need lots of fixing. Lotus Light Dancers is our rares. Search for some stuff in the graveyard. Not really what we're doing here. This thing seems pretty good. Kayaking Guardian. I mean, it's a 3-color dragon. It has hexproof if it hasn't dealt damage, which actually works pretty well with Call the Spirit Dragon. I would also like this Dragonstorm Globe, but I think we're going to have to pass on the fixing. We really need to up our dragon count. That is, oh, no. Well, okay, we can take another one. So we need a dragon of each color. We have a white dragon. This counts as green, blue, and red. These 3-color dragons are going to be some of the best ways to actually win with Call the Spirit Dragon. We do need some removal too. We can't just not remove. I wouldn't mind a way to get things back from the graveyard either, but I think we just take another Kayak Guardian. Oh, another Kayak Guardian. Okay, no one's in Teamer. Breaching Dragonstorm is actually kind of a wild card. In a deck with a lot of dragons, this card's kind of insane. So when we cast it, we essentially cascade into something mana value 8 or less. And then when a dragon enters, it goes back to our hand. We could take another Guardian, but this can spin into the Guardians. We could also spin into bad stuff, but you know what? Let's take a third Guardian. We do need a black dragon. We definitely need to find a black dragon. We're missing black. Well, we got to take, I think, this Molten Exile. Ooh. Is Stormplane Detainment better? Probably. This is just like Oblivion Ring. I think we're taking a removal spell here. Man, I'm worried about our mana. We don't really have any fixing. We definitely still need fixing, but we need removal too. Let's take the Oblivion Ring. Ooh, there we go. There we go. Ooh, double trouble. Okay. And a Dragon Spray. Oh, and one of these. I really want more of these. Hero Goldkeeper Armament Dragon. When it enters, distribute 3+1/+1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 creatures you control. Goldkeeper. When a card leaves your graveyard during your turn, make a treasure, renew it. I think we just take Armament Dragon. So now we have a black dragon, which is nice. Sultai Monument, that is fixing. That counts as fixing. We will take it. Okay, this might kind of... So technically, we currently have enough dragons to win. We do need to get, like, every dragon on the battlefield. Runescale Stormbrood, a cheaper dragon, which is nice. I think we got to take another Evolving Wilds, though. I'm still nervous about casting our dragons. 20 back. I don't know why I like saying 20 back so much. Ringing Bellstrike is kind of like removal. It's not the best removal, but it's removal adjacent at least. Yeah, let's try it. I don't know if we end up playing it or not. We'll see. Maybe we get something better. Okay, so you have 1 dragon, 3, 4, 5, 1 fixing, 2 fixing. Pretty bad fixing. 2 Evolving Wilds is good. Agent of Cordis. This actually seems like a pretty good card. I guess we just take this Devotee. Yeah, let's take the Devotee. Don't know if we're gonna end up playing it. Basic Swamp. Well, take a Twin Bolt. Take another Ringing Bellstrike. Take, I guess, this Prowess thing. That actually, let's take a 2-drop. I don't think, hopefully we don't have to play it, but well, let's take a Leopard. All right. One more 5-color dragon. Come on. Oh, Bloomvine. Okay, Bloomvine Regent. That's a good... Ooh, Sagu Wildling, though. Sagu Wildling's really good. So Bloomvine Regent gets 2 basic forests, puts them into play tapped, and it gives us another green dragon. Wilding searches for a basic when it enters, gains 3 life. There's also a Storm Shrieker. There's also some good removal. Elephant Sorcery. Well, let's take the rare. That is gonna... Oh, yes! Okay, so I don't even know if Nerve's good in our deck. It's probably not. I also kind of want this Roamer's Routine because it fixes, but it's another dragon, and it's in the colors we need. I actually am starting to think if we can make our mana work, we might actually be able to pull this off. We might actually be able to win with Call the Spirit Dragon. Oh, we have reached the moment of truth. How many dragons do we have? 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could take this Goldkeeper, which honestly we're not really built around. We could also just take Windscarred Crag for fixing. We could also just take a removal spell to try to not die. I guess this is also, you know what? Let's take, all right, we're going to take Windscarred Crag. We got to be at least a little responsible with our fixing. Well, okay, another white dragon, which this one's kind of fine since it makes it 2/2. The Flabrating Current's not bad. We are going to be in 5 colors. Our removal is not plentiful, but I kind of just we want more dragons. Well, that's a dragon. That's not good fix. Well, actually, this doesn't seem that bad if we can cast it. Like, a 2/1 Death Toucher is reasonable. We could just take this blue dragon, though. That might be better. Or a Storm Shriek. Let's take the blue dragon. It's got an Omen mode that's functional. All right, Thornwood Falls is... Ooh, wait. Encroaching Dragonstorm. Okay. Wow. That is... And a Odysseus Exhale. Okay, Encroaching Dragonstorm is great fixing. That is really, really, really good fixing. Is this possible? Are we actually going to do this? If we win a game with Call the Spirit Drag... Oh, Teamer Monument. Okay, fixing. Fix and a Devotee. Okay, take the Monument. Dragon? No dragons. Now we have nothing here. Target creature gains Death Touch indestructible. Second creature get a counter. All right, we'll take this Is It thing. We're not playing any of those cards. Let's take Teamer Devotee. Oh, will we cast a spell? Man, this is gonna be so wild. Oh, this deck is wild. This deck is wild. Put target non-land permanent of its owner on the top of the bottom of its owner. I guess we take this Nahiri's Rebuke. Yeah, let's take Nahiri's Rebuke. Just have a little more removal. Because we don't have a ton. I mean, as far as the deck trying to win with Call of the Spirit Dragon, I feel like this is kind of reasonable. All right. Not going to play any of that stuff. Probably not playing anything that's left in our deck at this point. Or left in these packs. Take Vendure Dork. And random enchantment. All right. Well, now for the real challenge. Can we make a functional deck that lets us cast and win with Call of the Spirit Dragon? We have 42 cards. Look at this mana base. My God. So dragons stay. We need to cut about 2 cards. It might be Iridescent Tiger. Probably Iridescent Tiger. So the dragons are definitely staying. Siegebreaker is going to stay. So removal, and then ramp and fixing. It might just be this Wayfinder. Yeah, this might actually literally be the deck. Fixing, a little bit of card draw, a little bit of removal. Now, we have to think about our mana base. So, 3 forests. This actually might be close to right. This actually might be pretty good. Those are the colors we want the most of. I kind of want a little bit more green, although these can both get green. This can get green. Blue gives us the devotee. You know what? I think that's fine. Let's do it. Let's win with Call the Spirit Dragon. Need some magic cards? Well, you can snag them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Want to help out the channel? Well, you can snag these super sweet new dice, playmats, tokens, and more over at mtggoldfishmerch.com. I mean, this is a card that people kept asking about for standard. Like, can we do a standard against the odds or something? I think this works. We are going to have a lot of green mana. Now, let's play the Evolving Wilds. I really don't know what color we need here. Opponent, Dismal Backwater. Are we cracking it? Let's just, oh man, let's just wait a turn. Oh, okay, there's Call the Spirit Dragon. Well, come on, manas. Opponent, Forest, Dragon Fireblade. Well, let's crack this. Red, I guess? I don't even know. Yeah, let's get red. It turns on the Nahiri's Rebuke. Feral Stormshrieker, okay. Well, step 1, land and claim territory. Get our last 2 forests. So we need white, blue, black. Blue probably first, because then we can play this Guardian. Opponent, Attuned Hunter. I'll play the land. I think we just kill this thing, make a little mana, and use it to play the Teamer Devotee and pass turn. Okay, well, this gets us another color of mana. Found it. 4/4 Defender, Dispelling Exhale. Well, 1/2. Do we want to discard? We need to hit lands, right? Yeah, let's flush out. Discard the Nerev. Okay, there's an island. Play the land, pass the turn. We still need black. We need a black source. Thankfully, this has Defender. If they want to attack with it, they gotta pay a lot of mana. Roamer's Routine. Sure. We're gonna let that one go. We could counter it, but I don't think it's worth it. Blue, red, green. Actually, we need white and black, don't we? Found it. Pass it. Well, there's a Kayak Guardian. Play the land. Do we just run out the Guardian? You know what? I think we're gonna wait a turn. I think we just wait. I'm worried that they're ramping into a bomb. I'd rather Dispelling Exhale the bomb. And then play the Guardian, or find our lands for Call the Spirit Dragon. Found it. Forest. More fixing would be spectacular. End of your next turn. When we cast a second spell, you know what? We're gonna spend our Dispelling Exhale. Counter it. I think that's scary enough to counter. Opponent passes. Ooh. Okay. So let's play the Sentinel. Grab a Swamp. Pass the turn. Oh, we're getting close. We need one more color of mana, opponent. More Rumors Routines. I mean, opponent's got a lot of fixing. I will give them credit for that. Gets a Mountain. And even more Rumors Routines. All right, so opponent did a lot of ramping, which is fine. Well, we get our Swamp. So play the Swamp. And yeah, play the Kayak Guardian. And I guess we get in with the Sentinel. One of the challenges of getting 5 different colored dragons on the battlefield is we might accidentally win before we get Call the Spirit Dragon win. Like, they are pretty big. That is a 6/5 flying hexproof vigilance trample. We might just accidentally kill our opponent. Oh, if we just draw plains. Mammoth Bellow. All right, it's a big elephant. That's a big elephant. And another one? 2 big elephants? All right, that's another one. Saltine Monument. Okay. That's good, but not the color we were looking for. Well, let's grab an island. Play the island. Play another Kayak Guardian. Get in for 6. I mean, I guess we're on the beatdown plan. Bout it. What does this do? Sack this. Create 2 zombies. Bout it. Getting it. Getting it. Well, let's double block. We don't really need this devotee anymore. See if we can kill an elephant. Maybe. All right, we dropped to 15. Get rid of one of the elephants. Are we equipping the blade? If we just draw a blade source, I think we just win. Like, Call the Spirit Dragon would be lethal. All right, not lethal anymore. And an Effortless Master is a 6/5. And, well, okay. So I think we just make 2 zombies. Hit our opponent for 6. Nothing has reach, right? All right, hit our opponent for 6. Down to 7. Hold. Man, I wish we had white mana opponent. Lie in wait. Kills one of the zombie tokens. Getting in. Well, I mean, we'll block the Effortless. Oh, that has Menace? All right, we'll block the elephant then. Take our beads. Oh, and a bonus go. Okay, I mean, well, we got the win. It wasn't the Call of the Spirit Dragon win because we never found white mana, but we did see the power of dragons, the Kayak Guardians, doing some serious work there. Okay, that gives me hope that maybe our deck will work, and then sooner or later, hopefully we get the Call of the Spirit Dragon win. Does it even count as a win if it's not like Call of the Spirit Dragon? That's the real question. Ooh, you know what? We're gonna try this. Yes, this looks really sketchy. 3 forests. I think we have 4 in our deck, but we have Encroaching Dragonstorm, which means we are on the play as well. If we can get to Encroaching Dragonstorm, that'll fix our mana. We can play the dragon to bounce it. So that's the hopes and dreams. We wouldn't mind finding something. Oh boy, they're going aggro. Find something we can play earlier, like a blue source to play this devotee to block a smidge. 2 to the top for our opponent. All right, white mana also works. White mana means we can play this to make a 2/2 to at least have a blocker. Opponent, Schwamp, and Sinkhole Surveyor. That's an issue. Found it. Gets an Itzis. We find an island. Well, play the island, play the devotee. I mean, we're going to have to get down some big dragons at some point to block the Sinkhole Surveyor or find some removal. That would also be fine. Our mana's going to be good, though, if we can find Call the Spirit Dragon. Opponent gets in with the Surveyor. And, all right, going to grow the Surveyor. So we take 2 down to 18. Forest for our opponent and Clarion Conqueror. All right, well, play the Forest. Encroaching Dragonstorm. So we have a lot of green. We have blue. We need black and... let's go black-white. This is going to let us play the Dawnbringer. Whenever this attacks, target creature gets +X or X's number of creature. Oh boy, that's scary. Oh, opponent's going aggro. Okay, yeah, wait, whenever you attack? Oh! All right, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, this is a concern. We're kind of dying. We're down to 10. We draw a forest. Well, play the land. Play the Dawnbringer. Pick up the Encroaching Dragonstorm. Yeah, opponent's been very aggressive. Well, pass the turn. At least this gives us some sort of a blocker. And we have a counter if our opponent has some sort of removal. Could really use our Call the Spirit Dragon, or another big dragon would be good, or a removal spell for the Sinkhole Surveyor. Opponent gets in. I'm gonna pup the Sinkhole Surveyor. Wait, does this not work out great for us? We get to block here. And then counter the protection spell. Okay, we dropped to 4. We still got to deal with the Sinkhole Surveyor, but we're not dead. We have a chance. The Sinkhole Surveyor is so good. Turn 2 Sinkhole Surveyors. Boy, that's a scary card. I don't know what our opponent's thinking about with their 1 card in hand. All right, knockout maneuver to kill. Well, we got to draw something. All right, that's another Dawnbringer. That technically keeps us alive. Play Saltine Monument. Thin the deck, grab a land. Play another Dawnbringer. Play the land. Pass the turn. Unfortunately, the Sinkhole Surveyor heard Heirloom. Found it. Goes attacking, goes attacking. Oh, I think we're in trouble, though. Oh, in a land. All right. Yep. Sinkhole Surveyor. We could not kill it. Yeah, I mean, that is a snowbally card. We were close to stabilizing. If it wasn't for our opponent, oh man, that was just a really good curve. That was just a really good curve for our opponent. They just curved out very effectively, and we never found a way to stop the Sinkhole Surveyor, which is apparently just a game-ending card. Like, it just kept growing, and we could not stop it. And that pretty much, if it comes down later, it seems fine. But when it comes down that early, boy, that seems like a problem. Question's gonna be, what do we do with our Evolving Wilds? Like, normally we want to get a Plains here, right? Because that's how we can cast our stuff. But green is where our fixing mostly is. Swamp. Wow, we have everything but green. Well, let's play the Evolving Wilds, pass the turn. And passing. Well, I mean, we got to crack it. We're gonna get the plains. We're gonna get the plains and trust that we find the forest. So grab the plains. Opponent gonna crack their Evolving Wilds, sure, for a forest. Yeah, I guess we just get our last color. Snag a forest. And, I mean, that's all 5 colors of mana for turn 5. Can we find the Call of the Spirit Dragon? That's the next step. Opponent. A 2/3. Well, this becomes tap. Look at that period. If it's a land you reveal, put it in your hand. This is so awkward, but I think we are actually going to spend our very precious removal spell on this thing. Because we don't really want our opponent to hit lands. They missed their last land drop, so we'd rather them just not hit lands for a bit. Opponent. Dragon Sniper. Well, play a mountain. And pass turn. Come on, call the Spirit Dragon. Opponent hits us with the sniper. Well, play the swamp, so we have all of our colors. And yeah, let's play the Dawnbreaker. This thing is pretty good defense. Reach and Death Touch does actually make it a Dragon Sniper. Ooh, Dragonstorm Globe. That's a good one. And a Mardu Devotee. All right, opponent's doing things. I mean, we can kill this and just try to beat down 2 to the top. Well, we're not going to block you. Down to 18. Island. And let's get in with the Sentinel. All right, opponent's going to trade the Devotee. Sure. And we're just going to play more dragons. Get down the Kayak Guardian. Opponent, Blossoming Sands. And even more Dragonstorm Globes. Yeah, I kind of wish we had got a Dragonstorm Globe or 2. And opponent kills a Stormbrood, gets in for 1. Sure. Even more lands. Well, I think we need to kill this so we can start attacking. Unfortunately, we're letting a lot of mana go to waste, but get in, hit ya. Down to 10. Where's our Call the Spirit Dragon? Even just making our dragons indestructible would be sweet. Sonic Shrieker. Yeah, that is good enough to counter. And okay. I mean, that's a dragon. Get in, hit ya. I think we just play the land and pass. I think our plan is if they try to play a big blocker to stop the Kayak Guardian, then we can Omen tap it down and win. We could have also just run out as a 4/4, but then if they can make, ooh, all right, Abzan, sure. I mean, our opponent needs some sort of answer, right? Or else they just die to the Kayak Guardian land. Ah, okay, there's a dragon. And our plan kind of worked to perfection because now we can tap this down, draw a card. Well, this is actually a cool win. And then we can play a Mardu Siegebreaker. Exile you. I forgot we drafted the Siegebreaker. Get in. Boom. Dragon back and dead. All right. No Call the Spirit Dragon, but still a sweet win. I mean, it's kind of working. Oh, we really need the Call the Spirit Dragon win, though. We really need the Call the Spirit Dragon win. If we don't win with Call the Spirit Dragon, I mean, I guess it's still a pretty sweet deck. 5-color dragons is still pretty cool, and it's sweet that it's sort of working, but I really want to see that win. Our mana's been relatively fine, though. Like, it hasn't been as bad as I thought. Like, it's been functional. All right, I mean, we're going to keep this since we got a bunch of fixing. We don't have Call the Spirit. More forests. Chill with the forests. Well, land go, opponent, island, and Sultai Devotee. Well, let's play the land and play the Sentinel. Opponent, passing. Well, let's just play the Sultai Monument. Grab us a island. Play the plains. All right, opponent also has a Sultai Monument. All right, we just got to find our red swords. Decisive. That's a sweet card. It seems tricky to use in limited. Man, more good red cards. Well, play the swamp. So this is sack a creature of mana value X. Return a creature of its mana value +1 from your graveyard to the battlefield. Found it. Gonna zombie it up. I mean, we can also zombie it up if we don't draw. Ooh, Teamer Monument. Green, blue, white, black. Let's play another island. And we will also just crack our Sultai Monument. Next turn we can get red mana and play Siegebreaker on the same turn. Or Narrative. And passing. Let's play Teamer Monument. Play the mountain, and yeah, I mean, we're gonna siege break. Here comes the chicken. Exile the Sentinel. All right, opponent's gonna kill it, sure. Come on, call the Spirit Dragon. We actually have 3 different color dragons in hand. Like, if we can find Call the Spirit Dragon, it is not impossible that we could do the thing. Well, I mean, we're pretty fine with trading off the zombies. Taken 2. We don't really want to fill their graveyard with creatures with the Sidisi out. Opponent passes. Well, play the land. Do we start playing dragons? Yeah, let's just crack the monument. All right. Opponent did have removal. Down to 2 cards in hand, though, and we have a bunch of dragons. We have a bunch of dragons coming. Opponent. Devil! Wow! Okay. We're going to take our beads. Thankfully, we have this. Ooh, that's a good one. Well, we have to play the Kayak Guardian. This gives us something that can block the Tevil. And it's going to have hexproof since it hasn't dealt damage. So that means we don't just lose to... Well, okay, we'll see what shenanigans they have, but we're going to block. Wow. All right, opponent trades it off. I mean, I guess they're thinking they can get it back with Sidisi eventually, which is probably true. But they're going to need a 4-drop, right, to get it back. Rites of Renewal. All right. Gets back a couple cards. Sultai Monument, sure. Come on, call the Spirit Dragon. Oh, it'd be so good, opponent. Passes. Jeskai Devotee. Well, we will play this Encroaching Dragonstorm. Keep thinning the deck. Play a Narev. Pick up the Encroaching Dragonstorm. Pass the turn. Opponent, tap land. Sure, we'll take it. I don't know. I feel like they want it to die for some reason. Found it. Tevil returns. Well, that's not bad. So we will play Encroaching Dragonstorm. Grab a couple more lands. Kayak Guardian. Pick it back up. I mean, if we can just thin all the lands out of our deck, we're going to be able to do it eventually, right? I think. What does Sultai Monument do? Oh, it's the zombies. Okay. Opponent. Whenever a card leaves your graveyard, draw a card once a turn. With Tevil out. And zombies? All right, opponent makes zombies. They're going to get in with the Devotee. All right. All right. All right. We're finally going to kill the silly Devotee. And I see. Opponent wanted us to exile something. Sure, you get our Narrative and our graveyard. Opponent's out of cards, though. Opponent's out of cards. They're out of cards, and we are very much not. They do have the Sidisi, but it doesn't do anything yet. We really want to call the Spirit Dragon. All right, so we will play an Encroaching Dragonstorm. Get the rest of the lands out of our deck. We literally have all, I believe, wait, there might be Evolving Wilds, but outside of Evolving Wilds, we've gotten every land out of our deck. Play the Dawnbreaker. Play the Windscarred Crag. And I think we just pass. We can use the Durgar Island Dragon to tap something down. Let's tap down the Tevel. Draw a card. All right, Armament Dragon. That's it. Man, if we can find Call the Spirit Dragon, this actually seems like it could be possible. Well, let's play the Kayak Guardian. Let's play an Armament Dragon. So I think we put 2 on 1, and then play the Jeskai Devotee. Pump it. Pass the turn. Come on, Call the Spirit Dragon. Come on, we have 4 dragons. We have all 5 colors. Well, we have all 5 colors. We need 1 more dragon in an absolute sense, but... All right, opponent gets to draw a card. Runs out the Gurmag Rakshasha. Gonna go after our Devotee, I assume. Yep, and pumps the Tevel. And a land. So we can trade. Yeah, I think we do. Let's trade it. Well, we should draw solid action, right? Oh! Huh! 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 Call the Spirit Dragon. Make the crew indestructible. Pump. No attacks. No attacks. No attacks. We need 2 more dragons. 2 more dragons. Only 2 more dragons. Opponent. Lotus Dancers. Gonna fill the graveyard. All right, opponent's gonna start doing things. Opponent finds Sagu Pummeler and Unending Whisper. This is a 5. They can sack it to get a 6. Tevel's a 5, though. Opponent's just gonna draw a card and draw a card. And Codis, okay, indestructible, plays a land. So this is what? Exile from your graveyard, put 2 counters on something and a reach counter. Oh, I guess they could sack Codis to get back Tevel if they want. All right, opponent, gonna do it. Gets back the Tevel. 1, 2. What? Only 2? Another Dawnbreaker, eh? Well, okay, play the Dawnbreaker. And... opponent. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Pass the turn. Oh, this is the closest we've gotten by far. Opponent. Gonna reach up the Rakshasha. If our opponent can kill the Call the Spirit Dragon, things get kind of sketchy. Opponent's deck looks sweet. Tevel, Lotus Lights, Codis. We got a lot of good Sultai cards. Sidisi. Sidisi hasn't been good, but they did get a lot of Sultai rares. I mean, I guess the Sidisi finally did a thing, too. It finally got back the Tevel, so even that, like... one time getting back your best card, I guess that's still pretty good. The 1/3 was pretty good on defense. So many creature types. All right, opponent, what are we doing? Ambling Stormshell down to 9. Passing. You. Do we win? Aw, all right. Well, Stormplane Detainment. Get rid of the Tevel. Combat. Pump you. I don't know if we actually... do we win? Oh, these are Vigilant too? I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm so dumb. I didn't even realize they were Vigilant. I mean, in some sense, this was still a Call the Spirit Dragon win. We did play it, and the indestructibility... and the indestructibility was huge, and the counters are what are allowing us to do this. Aurorial Procession gets back a Strategic Betrayal. Opponent blocks. I mean, this has Trample, though. This is a 15 power flying trampler. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh, okay. I don't know if that really counts as a Call the Spirit Dragon win, because we didn't actually trigger the win the game mode, but that was pretty good. That was Call the Spirit Dragon winning us the game with the indestructible mode, and we got 4 oh man. If this was kind of what I assumed the issue would be of actually seeing the win the game mode with Call the Spirit Dragon. The problem here is just like, once we're buffing our dragons and there's indestructible and we have 4 of them on the battlefield, you actually have to try not to win the game. We have to like go out of our way to not kill our opponent. And with it all being on the board, it's super awkward because it's kind of BM. If you're just like have this lethal board and you're like, I'm just not going to attack you. But It's working. It's working. What are we, 3-1? I think we're 3-1 now. We're still doing it. We're so close. We're so close to calling the Spirit Dragons. Honestly, if you're watching this, let me know. Do you think we can get closer than that? I'm still not convinced that it's actually really truly possible to get 5 dragons on the battlefield, but that game gave me hope because, my God, we were like a draw away. We were a draw away to legitimately winning with the win the game mode on Call of the Spirit Dragon. We did end up winning the game pretty easily, which was nice, but man, that was close. Ooh, wow, okay. Well, we will keep this. Any hand with Encroaching Dragonstorm is a good hand for us because that means our mana is going to work. Opponent, land. Well, that's Evolving Wilds. Probably just Evolving Wilds for a red source, I guess. I feel like our mana is going to be good this game anyway. Well, it's a little annoying. Well, let's crack this. Grab a mountain. So when this becomes tapped, it was a land card put in your hand. If not, it goes to the graveyard. Yeah, let's play Teamer Monument. Grab a island. See if we can stay alive long enough. Opponent gets in. Come on, no land, no land, no land. This card seems good. Like a 2-3 is pretty decent stats. Mills a random mobilized Death Toucher. Plays a land, passes. Well, let's play the land. And I think we just get down a Devotee here. Just have a body on the battlefield. Pass the turn. Not a big enough body to block the botanist, but opponent gets in. No land, no land, no land. All right, opponent finds plains. Well, at least it's not a swamp, which is the color they're missing. Opponent hits us. Down to 16. And land. And Dragon bans back Lanceray. Well, let's play this island. Yeah, we gotta wait. Encroaching Dragonstorm. Get white and black. No attacks. So this gets us to Kayak Guardian at least, which is relevant. Opponent leaves it on top. Well, I mean, we're gonna block the token. Down to 11 for now. Well, there's opponent's swamp. Let's see what they got to go with it. Revival of the Ancestors. Oh boy. Okay. That is a concern. That is a concern, I would say. And I think we just have to play the Kayak Guardian to try to play some defense. Unclear if that'll be enough, though, because of this Revival of the Ancestors. So we get to put a counter on, 3 counters, basically, on stuff. They could go all in on the Lancers, so it can attack through the Guardian, or at least 2 counters on the Lancers. Yeah, that looks like what they're going to do. I wish we had a Wrath. The Wrath would be sweet in this deck. I mean, I don't think we're dead this turn, but we might very well be dead next turn. Ugh. All right, opponent. After a lot of thinking and aggressive negotiations, a Thoughtseize effect. Yeah, I think this pretty much kills us. That was a pretty good turn for our opponent. Removal plus Thoughtseize plus another pump. So if we block the Lancers, we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then they still have this. And yeah, the Revival Ancestor is just going to carry. Opponent gets it. Mobilizes. Hits another land. Okay, well, I mean, this is the only thing we can do. It sucks, but it's what we got to do. Down to 3. I don't know what we can draw. I don't know what we can draw here. Opponent. Yeah, passes. Is there any way we can play enough stuff to not die? So this is going to give Trample and Lifelink. So we can like 1, 2, play this. 1, 2, play this. 1, 2, play this. Block, block, block. I guess this is the only possible path. So play the Devotee. Play the Sentinel. Not going to get a land. Make a 2-2. Pass turn. We're probably still dead. We need our opponent to have like literally nothing to interact with us here. And then we can just barely survive. Yeah, that does it. Yep. All right. Well, yeah. Opponent's rare coming through. Where's our rare? Where's our Call the Spirit Dragons? It seems like both of our losses have just been someone who curves out very aggressively. And both involve kind of bombs. Like, opponent had what? The other loss was turn 2 Sinkhole Surveyor, which is just absolutely brutal. And then that game, they had the Revival Ancestors. We're going to keep this. Mana's actually not as bad as it looks because we have this Teamer Monument. and the encroaching Dragonstorm. So once we get to that, our mana should be fine. We are on the draw, so we do have the worry of just getting run over if our opponent's being aggressive. The question is, what are we doing with the Evolving Wilds? I guess we'll see what we draw. It might just be green or blue, because we are going to need green for the encroaching Dragonstorm. Yeah, I mean, we're keeping. Let's see how it goes. Parmesan. Where does Parmesan rank in the tier list of cheese? Probably not that high. Like, Parmesan's all right. Parmesan's all right because it goes really well on certain things, but Parmesan is a cheese I can't imagine just eating on its own. It's a good seasoning. Would you eat like a Parmesan cheese stick? Probably not. Opponent Mountain. Man, looks kind of aggro. Oh, very aggro. A shocking sharpshooter. Well, let's crack this. Grab our forest. We get another forest. Well, now I kind of wish we had gotten something else. Well, let's play the mountain and get down the devotee to soak up some damage. This thing's a problem. Really good with all the mobilized stuff. So much damage. We can play the monument, or we can try to use the devotee to leave a dispelling exhale. Underfoot underdogs. Pangs us. And opponent passes. Roiling Dragonstorm. Well, I think we play the... And I think we just have to pass the turn. I think we gotta pass. Because next turn we're gonna encroaching Dragonstorm to try to set up this armament dragon the following turn. So counter something here. Ramp next turn. Hope our dragons save us. I think that's a plan. That's a plan. We'll see if it works. I think we counter pretty much any reasonable thing. Just for tempo purposes. Wow, opponent swings with everything. Well, we're going to block this underdog. Front line rush. All right, well, we will exhale. We don't need to behold, so counter it. Kill the underdog. Drop to 16. Opponent tap land. Well, play the plains. Play encroaching Dragonstorm. So we need blue and black. So grab an island. Grab our swamp. And pass the turn. So dragon coming next turn, dragon number 1. We're still at 16. Opponent. Oh, teaming Dragonstorm. That card's kind of busted. Opponent makes 2 1/1s. Pings. Yeah, that card's an issue. I wish we could have countered that. Ooh, Kayak Guardian though. Let's play the Kayak Guardian. Pick up the Dragonstorm. Play the mountain. Pass the turn. So at least we got some blockers. We got very good blocker in Kayak Guardian. Can we finally call the Spirit Dragon? Hopefully they don't have more frontline rushes. Losing a dragon to a frontline rush would hurt. Found it. What does this do? When this creature dies, you can pay 2 for you to return it from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, whenever a creature you control dies, you can pay 2. I see. Opponent passes. Well, let's start with Roiling Dragonstorm. Discard the plains. Play the land. I mean, I guess just Kayak Guardian number 2. Down to 15. I mean, Armament Dragon could theoretically give us lethal next turn. Coming down to pump the 2 Kayak Guardians, that would be exactly 15 if our board is still intact and our opponent doesn't have a flyer. Feral Stormshake, discards draws, okay. That's not progressing the board. Opponent plays a swamp and passes. Do we have to go for it? 1, 2, 3. They have removal though. I mean, they have vigilance. How bad can it be? All right, let's do it like this. Let's play Roiling Dragonstorm. Draw a couple cards. Discard a Teamer Monument. And then Armament Dragon. Put the counters on the hexproof one. Oh, I guess this has the sharpshooter has reach. All right, so it's not actually quite lethal. Oh, sneaky reach. Why does that thing of all creatures have reach? Found it blocks. All right, well, I mean, it is a good thing to get off the battlefield. Opponent drops to 3. We get the pinger off the battlefield. We still have a very impressive board of dragons and a bunch more in hand. We've drawn all the dragons this game. All right, opponent. And that looks like the GG's. Whew. All right, that's win number 4. Unless this is the GG, I'm killing you, but I don't know how they do that from here. I will say these Guardians have been very good. Very, very good. And opponent scoops it up. All right, not to call the Spirit Dragon win, but a win nonetheless. And this unruly pile is up to 4-2. What is 5? Let's look at this real quick. Is 5 this week? I think 5 is. So right now, so it's 1,500 gems to enter. So right now, we get our cards 3 packs and we lose 100 gems. If we win one more, then we are in the profit mode. All right, well, come on, call the Spirit Dragon. Oh, I really want to call the Spirit Dragon win so bad. I still don't think it's possible, but it would be so cool. All right, Jablowski. Heart of the cards. We got lands and spells. The lands are not exactly the ones that we want, but we do have the Sultai Monument. Oh, red is actually excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let's play the Mountain and Sultai Monument. Grab our Swamp. So this means all we need is white, and we suddenly would have all of our colors. So now our mana actually looks kind of fine. Opponent land. Stormblade Beacon. Well, that's a plains. Okay. All colors achieved. Let's play Jeskai Devotee and a Schwamp past the turn. So what does this do? Equipped creature gets +0/+0. Whenever a creature attacks, you draw a card if you control 3 or more attacking creatures. I do like the Kayak Guardians. Well, get in with the Devotee. Hit ya. Plains. And, well, Nerif, Mythic Dragon. Not even good. This is probably the weakest dragon in our deck. I actually think it's worse than the Kayak Guardians, just in a vacuum, but opponent. Gonna be scared of it. It is a mythic. Gets rid of our bomb. We'll play the land, and I mean, let's keep dragoning. Riling Dawnbreaker. Pump the Devotee. Hit ya. Down to 15. I feel like if you're playing this card, you want a lot of creatures. Like, it seems like a good Mardu card, because you can stack the triggers to get the mobilize. Yeah, that makes more sense. I'll play the land. Oh, we might just be getting the aggro in here. Pump the Devotee. Hit ya. Down to 9, and yeah, I mean, we're just gonna play the Kayak Guardian. Bloomvine Regent's sweet, ramping sweet, but killing our opponent might be the sweetest of all. But wow, opponent's plan is to equip. I'm gonna stay on D. So our opponent can trade. If we play this, we win. Yeah, let's play Feral Stormstreak. I think this means we win, because we pump this. Our opponent needs a removal spell. They need to block here and then have a removal spell to kill something else. Wow, got him. Oh, we have Trample anyway, yeah. We didn't even need the Stormstreak. They were just dead. Okay, well. That was the most aggro. That was like the turn 5 Dragon Beatdown win. I didn't even know our deck could be... I didn't know our deck could be that aggressive. I did not know our deck had it in it. But apparently that's the aggro hand. Okay. Well, we're getting to the end. That's win number 5. 2 wins or 1 loss, but we still need the full-on Call the Spirit Dragon to make our lives complete. I mean, this deck is sweet. Even if we never actually see the win the game mode, which honestly, if you have actually seen it in any format, let me know. Outside of Commander. Commander, I think it's actually kind of easy. If you have actually seen Call the Spirit Dragon, say, win the game, in a non-Commander format, I'd love to hear about it, because I'm still not sure. Like, I know it's possible with changelings, but that just feels like cheating. That's cheating. A lot of white cards, no white mana or way to get mana, also up against a Goober. I don't know if that changes our mulligan decision. Does the fact that our opponent's username is Goober, does that mean we should mulligan? Yeah, you know what? This hand has good cards in it. We're gonna try it. We can get our forest with the Sultai Monument. Opponent Bloodfell Caves. Okay, Temur Devotee. That does give us more colors of mana. It does not give us white mana, which is the color that we want the most. Opponent tap land. Ooh, Nerif. We'll play the land, and I think we just start with Sultai Monument to get our forest. All right, we're a plains away from having all of our colors. The scary part about this one is, though, we have a lot of white cards in hand. A lot of our cards. Wow, opponent went hard on the lands. Abzan Devotee. Forest. Well, let's play the Temur Devotee. The Devotee battle. Play the forest. Pass the turn. Pray for a plains or an Evolving Wilds. Delvokian Enchantment. Greater Ration City. They are pretty good. Poise Practitioner, eh? 2/3. Cast second spell. Counter Scry 1. Jeskai Devotee is pretty good. Let's play Jeskai Devotee. Play the Swamp. Yeah, we'll just pass. Jeskai's nice. That actually gives us white mana, which means we can play Nerev. Bearer of Glory. We can play the Nerev. We can play the Siegebreaker. We'll see what our opponent does. Ooh, okay, opponent. Guessed incorrectly. I mean, they did kill the thing that lets them attack more. So maybe this was their best line no matter what. Because now they do get to get in. We will take the beats. Ooh, Nahiri's Rebuke. Now play the land. Yeah, let's play the Nerev. Let's play the Nerev, make him have an answer. At some point we can kill the Practitioner. Down to 10. And Teeming Dragonstorm, kinda busted. So play the land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we have to rebuke this because of the pumping? Yeah, rebuke the Bearer of Glory. Yeah, I mean, we gotta do the cool thing. Play the Siegebreaker. We might die for doing this, but it's too cool to pass up. Exile the Nerev. Get in with the Siegebreaker. Make a Nerev. It entered this turn. Opponent. Siegebreaker. Siegebreaker blocks and blocks. Okay, so kill both tokens. Opponent drops to 13. We get back our Nerev. Okay, that actually kind of worked pretty well. That actually did not work horribly. Come on, no dragon. We don't want you to pick this up. That would be bad. Well, let's block the Devotee with Nerev. I still feel like there's shenanigans, but all right, down to 7. I guess they can get it back from the graveyard to the hand. Ah, that's what they were trying to do. Defibrillating Current, sure. So you can pay 3 to get this back to their hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is what, 5? Well, play the land. And I guess we just sack the Monument this turn. Sack the Monument. Do we want to make a 2-2? Yeah, I think we have to make the 2-2 as well. Make the 2-2. Opponent, gonna get back the Devotee, sure. Well, our hope now is we're just gonna put a bunch of stuff in front of this Practitioner. Opponent, Devotee returns. All right, Sand Skitter. Scries 1 to the top. Makes a 2-2. Well, okay. Block, block, block. Finally get rid of that thing. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. So we can play the Dawnbringer. I'm wondering if we have to get rid of this, but then I'm also really worried about the creature land. All right, I think we just play the Dawnbringer. Pass the turn. Found it. Oh, that's a good draw. Going to detain our Dawnbringer. Unfortunate. Found it, gets in. Well, we will block here, and actually, we'll block here. This has Menace. I don't think we can afford to give up the Devotee, or we die. Because we need the white mana. That's our only source of white mana. Opponent passes. Get rid of the detainment. Get back our dragon. Not feeling great about where we're at, because they get to make a spirit with their land. Oh, they didn't make the spirit with their land. Okay. Opponent gonna go to combat. Well, let's tap down this Outrider, draw a card. Teamer Monument. Wow, this has been a... Oh! Smile at Death. Let's play Teamer Monument. Grab a land. Make an elephant. We just can't attack, though, right? If we ever start attacking, we die. So if we attack, they have these two. This has Menace. So they menace this. Yeah, we can't attack. Oh, the Smile at Death's an issue, though. We might be getting bombed. We might be getting bombed. This Jeskai Devotee has been carrying. My God, we would not have done anything. Another Outrider. And Fortress Kingguard, sure. Opponent, all about the random dorks. Scries to the bottom. Endures 1. Well, I mean, we draw the Kayak Guardian. We're just dead though, right? These both have Menace. So even if we make a 2-2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're actually, man, it was close. It was close. We keep drawing these silly these Dawnbringers. They never end. Yeah, but now we're actually, well, I mean, you know what? We'll make them do it. Maybe our opponent doesn't know that we're dead. There's no reason not to make them do it. Maybe they haven't mathed it out. Yeah, they know. Found it. Uses their creature land, attacks with everything, and dead. Well, that was a pretty sweet draft. I mean, we didn't technically see Call the Spirit Dragon say win the game, which is something that we're just never, it's not going to happen. It's not actually possible to happen. But I got to say, when I first drafted this deck, I sent it to Richard, and his immediate response was 1-3. 1-3. And we ended up going 5-3. So 5 wins with a deck that has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dragons in Call the Spirit Dragon. If you think about it, our deck is 40 total cards, right? But 23 of those are lands, which means, or 17 of those are lands, which means we have 23 non-land slots. Our dragons are 11 of those. You can honestly say, and if you throw in Roiling Dragonstorm as another dragon card, or Encroaching Dragonstorm, which isn't really exactly fair because they're not exactly dragons, but essentially half of our deck is dragons. And those dragons are really expensive, and it still worked. It still worked. We got 5 wins, and I will say about Call the Spirit Dragon, the card's actually really good if you can build a deck that can support it, right? So obviously, you got to be able to cast a 5-color spell. That's challenge number 1. You also need a bunch of dragons in your deck, but even granting that it is unlikely that you will ever see the win the game mode, the game where we got close, the one where you're playing against our opponent's Sultai deck and they kept getting back their Tevel or whatever, the game where we got what? Call the Spirit Dragon, 4 dragons on the battlefield. I think that illuminates why it's so hard to actually see the win the game mode, because we need to have 5 dragons and our opponent not die. In that game, we could have been like, okay, we're just never going to attack. We're going to sit back, even though we have lethal, try to get another dragon, and we would have won with it eventually. That just feels super bad, though. But that's kind of the issue. In Limited, in specific, there's no changelings. There's no ley line that makes things all creature type. So we really have to play honest to goodness, fair dragons. And dragons are just big and powerful. And we saw throughout our games, the dragons are really good. It turns out that, like, Kayak Guardian is kind of just like a busted. This was probably the best card in our deck. We just kept playing these, and our opponents, like, just died to this big. I swear this is a card that was like a mythic 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I think this actually was like a straight up mythic. These uncommon dragons are so powerful. So even though Call the Spirit Dragon never said you win the game, it was still a very impressive card. The games that we had it felt so good. The indestructible and the buff was really good. The rest of the deck, I guess this shows how easy it is to build 5-color. Because when I look at this, the mana base is pretty sketchy, right? Like, it's pretty sketchy, but really with Roiling Dragonstorm and the Monuments and the Sentinels and the Devotee, that last game, Jeskai Devotee, we wouldn't have done anything if this didn't stick on the battlefield. I guess we got lucky. When our opponent had to choose between Jeskai and Temur Devotee for what to kill, they killed Temur. If they had killed Jeskai there, we would not have cast a spell that game. That game would have been over way faster. But all these janky little pieces of fixing actually added up to a kind of functional deck. Also, I mean, we got to Mardu Siegebreaker and Nirev, which is like the Mardu dream. I imagine, considering we got Siegebreaker and Nirev, we probably could have had kind of a silly Mardu deck if we had went that direction. Although we got Nirev really late, like going around. So, but still, the deck was sweet. 5 wins. That means we profited. We actually came out ahead in gems, and we got our packs. Yeah. Anyway, that's our deck for today. That is our Call the Spirit Dragon deck. Let me know what you think. What do you think about Limited? Do you enjoy it? Do you want to see more of it? I've kind of been enjoying Limited lately, so yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed our Call the Spirit Dragon draft, and I will talk to you soon.